Hey everybody, welcome back to 3 Minute Thursday. The sled's in the garage. I just spent the last couple of days out riding with it, and the new Polaris Boost is feeling great. Last week's video we talked about bar height setup and trying to find a height that's most comfortable for you. Much like the bar height setup, the control setup is very important. So having your brake in proper adjustment, having your throttle in proper adjustment. That being said, everybody's individually different. My setup may not be the most comfortable for you. This is just the way that I like to set my sleds up so that I have a very comfortable control center, whether I'm going uphill, downhill, or across the hill. So for me, I run the 3D Logic adjustable perch. You can actually adjust this little jam nut, and you can bring the lever in or out. It actually works really good for people that have larger hands that want to have a longer reach, or people with smaller hands that want to have a little tighter one. As far as adjustment on the bar itself, I run the lever a little bit below, call it neutral, being in line with the bar. And the reason that I do that is lots of times when I'm standing up and I'm up and over top of the bars, it just feels comfortable to have my finger a little bit below where the palm of my hand sits. And that works well for me going downhill as well as going uphill, and just puts me into a very comfortable position without kind of having like a cramped up hand if it's too high, or reaching down for it if it's too low. Always having one finger on the brake is key for me, and that's just a comfortable spot. The next thing that we could talk about is the throttle flipper adjustment. I run my throttle flipper a little bit loose. Lots of times, landing off of big jumps or whatever, there's a lot of impact that gets put through that flipper. So having a little bit of play in there helps not break the flippers off. It's pretty terrible having to use vice grips to get out of the mountain with a broken flipper. So much like the brake, I run it a little bit below zero. And like I said, zero being top of bar or center of bar. I like to be able to have a good grip in my palm and in my fingers there, and my thumb actually swings down below the bar. The next topic of discussion for that matter, in the sense of the control setter, is the riser placement. I have my risers tipped back just a little bit towards myself, off of center of the vertical steering post. And the reason that I do that is to allow the bars to have a little bit of swing when I turn them, so they come towards me just a little bit. The vice versa, or the opposite of that, is if I had them swung too far forward, it would begin to steer like a pallet jack, and if it would have like sort of a half moon shape to it. So over the course of the last couple of days of riding this, I've been kind of moving stuff around until I found a comfortable spot, and this is where I landed.